it's me. I'm back, and I'm ready to fuck. That came through your mic a little bit.
That was fucking weird, dude.
Sorry.
Who are you fucking? There's nobody here.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I don't get fucking laid.
Jimmy Bones is back!
Yeah, I'm back from vacation.
How was the Ram Ranch, man?
Yeah, I got rammed on the ranch. What do you want me to say? But that's not the only ranch we're going to be talking about today. Hi! Hey.
Actually, we're all back because we didn't do one last week.
Yeah.
Nothing last week.
Well, I tried to segment it so that it would come out next week, but or the last week, but then it didn't fucking work that way. SoundCloud lets me pick a future date for the uploads, and I automatically assumed that, okay, then it wouldn't release until the first future date, right?
That was pointless.
Or no, it just uploaded on the same day. So basically, it was an episode that uploaded a week early with a date attached to it that was a week later than it. So figure that one the fuck out.
Yeah. So you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I actually went to North Carolina.
Oh, just let everyone know.
Hmm.
We're going to be talking about what are we talking about today?
Gonna be talking about Ram Ranch, baby.
No.
I mean Skinwalker Ranch. Pretty much the same thing. Both of them include skin.
Skinwalker Ranch, and we're not talking about
Ram.
John Podesta's backyard.
Child rape.
The song before you go into your amazing vacation. Is that what you're going to talk about?
I was going to talk a little bit about stuff before we started because I don't think.
I just want to say the song.
Go ahead.
This we got to thank the opening band there for that song. That's from the band Acosta's Dilemma.
What?
Acosta's Dilemma.
Who the fuck's Acosta?
People will figure it out.
Okay.
It's from the album Shut Up and Blow Me. And that was the song Mockingbird Man.
Wow. Thanks
to them.
Thanks to you guys. Check them out on SoundCloud. Check them out on YouTube. Check them out on Pornhub.
They're actually on Twitter. I don't know why they go by the name Jim Acosta, but it's you just go on Twitter, go to Jim Acosta, and
tweet at him. Say I really liked your song on Drinking a Pot. Drinking a Theory podcast.
Makes your dick hard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The floor is yours, vacation man.
Okay. Yeah. So I went to North Carolina. I went to Holden Beach. You know what Holden Beach is? Okay. Well, it's basically right off the mainland. It's like there's a channel between. It's like an island basically off of North Carolina, but it's not very far. I think the channel's I don't know, maybe 300 feet away from the fucking.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little bit farther. From the mainland, like literally the place where I went to go fishing was it was across the channel. I could cast it halfway across the channel.
Nice.
So and then on the other side of the channel was the mainland. So it was like a little kind of an island. It was awesome. It was really nice there. I had a good time, and I spent time with my family on my dad's side, and I got to know them a little bit better because I haven't really interacted with them as much as I did on my mom's side, and it was good to see them.
That's cool.
And I got along with them very well, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to control my language and stuff because they're a little bit of they're morally superior to me because I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I'm not a religious man, so. Yeah. And not to mention, my behavior is what you would consider roguish. So, I really had to be on my best behavior there, out of respect. So, I tried my best, and I did pretty good. I did all right. I didn't make myself look like a dickhead. So.
That's good.
Oh yeah. So, other than that, I went fishing there. Did some fishing. Did some shore fishing. That sucked. I didn't do good. I'm pretty sure I need. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just worried about the fan.
You can hear it. There's a low hum. It'll pick up.
Yeah,
but
if you hear a low hum, that's the fan.
Yeah, it's hot down here. So if you complain about it, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah. So I did some shore fishing. That was awful. Okay, so speaking of which, I'm borrowing my uncle's Daiwa rod. It's not that expensive. I think it was $40 for the whole deal, but it's like a 7-foot rod. It's the same. It almost looks exactly the same as my catfishing rod.
So you're actually using your uncle's 7-foot rod.
Wow, what the fuck, man?
What? Just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. But yeah, he had me bring it home because he had to leave early. So I just took it with me because it's a rental house. So somebody was going in after us.
Yeah.
So I took it with me, and I'm just gonna bring it back next year. And
take your uncle's rod for a year.
Yeah.
5 minutes is enough.
Well, anyway, so it's almost the same size as my catfishing rod that I use. And I think it almost has the same kind of line on it. So I next year I'm just gonna bring my own because I figured having it on me, it's his rod, so I didn't want to fucking keep it. I don't know.
Yeah,
well, you guys,
and you are at that age where it is better to use your own rod.
Yeah, you guys are so fucking funny.
you just keep walking right into it. I don't.
Because I thought I was sitting here with fucking adults. No, I'm kidding.
No. This is drinking a theory.
Well, anyway, yeah, I'm going to bring my catfishing rod next year. But I think I need a surf rod. Because I think there's a difference between that. Because he just had a like a larger fishing rod.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was sturdier. So it was for I would use it for catfishing. Like, it's one of those, like, ones that are... Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys. Now I can't say anything.
Just say pole.
Pole, okay. So, it's a stiffer... No.
It's a fucking stiffer pole. Just say it. I won't laugh.
You guys just did. Well, whatever. So, I think I need to go get a surf fishing pole because... and a bigger reel for it because I know that there are people who use like surf fishing shit and they throw it out really fucking far.
Oh yeah.
And I can't do it with the ones that I was using. I can't throw it out that far.
Yeah.
I was only maybe getting it a top of maybe 80 yards. My best throw.
That's pretty good though.
Well, I was chucking it. I was I was full on like fuck, and it was
wow.
And it wasn't even far enough. It was still where it was too shallow. I don't think I was catching anything over there. So, like, if I ever want to do something like that, I might just save money and get, like, an actual surf fishing rod.
Sounds good.
But fishing in the channel went well. I caught that flounder. They caught...
Yeah, you sent me that picture.
Yeah.
That was after you sent me your dick pic.
Yeah.
But,
yeah,
you sent me that picture.
Yeah, I accidentally sent you the dick pic. That was not intentional.
I can't believe you didn't, like, chop it up and eat the fucker.
What, my dick? No, I because I'm used to catch and release. I was like, I'll just let it go. So
yeah, that's what I used to do.
So, but they caught a bunch of croakers. These are these fish. They're not big at all, too. Well, they can get bigger because we actually did catch a bigger one. That was maybe like the size of a trout.
Oh yeah.
But then like the rest of the ones that they caught were fucking. They were maybe like this big. They're tiny.
The crowd couldn't see that.
Oh, well.
About a cock's length. Average.
Think of the size of a bluegill. If you're a fisherman, think the size of a bluegill, just not fat, basically. And what's cool about the croakers is that once you pull them up and you give them a couple seconds, they actually start legitimately croaking. They go grr, 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 grr. Yeah, it's pretty. That's why they call them croakers, obviously. So, yeah, it was cool. I want to catch a shark next time I'm there. So, I want to catch a full-sized one. Anyway, that was my trip. It wasn't too eventful. I'm not much of a beach person. I couldn't find any freshwater spots. But whatever. Shit happens. It was good. It just made it harder to come back to work. But that was my story. That's what I did on my fucking vacation. Yeah. So I'm back. And I hate it already.
Yeah.
Not the podcast. I hate going to work. So.
Yeah, work blows.
So
before you get into the ranch,
yeah.
I just want to thank everyone or anyone that listens. You put us over 1,600.
Yeah,
1600. We just cracked 16 today.
Yeah, we're
nice.
We're over 1,600 listens. That's on the collective for SoundCloud,
Yeah.
iTunes, all that shit.
Yeah, so be sure, guys, if you guys like the podcast and you got a friend that wants to listen to a new podcast or whatever, just be like, hey, check these guys out.
Yeah.
Throw them their way. And it's no harm. If they don't like it, then they cannot listen. If they like it, then they'll stick around. So.
Gotta give a shout out to that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Whose name
And if you listen to our pedocast, Drinking a Theory pedocast with the James Gunn, thanks a lot. On YouTube, we really exceeded
expectations.
Yeah, we're almost at 500 views, which is really
it's good for us.
It's really fucking cool. I mean, 500 doesn't sound like a lot, but
it's a lot for us.
For us, that's pretty cool. And we just got a message today on Twitter's, because people were on Twitter's Drinking a Theory podcast. I don't think I'm going to say the name, but
was it on Twitter? We got that message.
Yeah. We actually got a message today. It was pretty cool. It's like, hey guys, starting episode 1 today. Gonna binge on it while I clean house.
Okay, cool.
Let you know what I think. And we agree on Tom DeLonge so far.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for the feedback there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for giving us a shot.
Yeah, so
that's all we ask for. If you see us on Twitter, if you see us anywhere, if you see, just give us a listen. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it. Don't listen anymore.
If we suck, just tell us we suck. Too.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's the beauty of freedom of speech, man. So go ahead and use it.
We're probably not going to be too nice back to you.
But it depends on how you act. Depends on how you act. If you go out of your way to be a descriptive dick, then
I was about to say,
if you're just if you're really over the top, I'm gonna roast you. I'm gonna roast you in front of everybody. And if you're just I don't like your podcast.
Whatever, just don't be last night when I was fucking your mom, right before I blew it in her, I said, Drinking a Theory podcast sucks dick.
That's not quite what I meant.
That would kind of piss me off.
I meant more we get a message these Russian bots, idiots. Something like that. And I would be and then that's when I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm going to destroy you a lot on Twitter. And I'm going to.
Or, try to tell us that the toy box killer wasn't real.
Yeah.
Yeah. The toy box
anything like that. We're going to go ahead and roast you. So, but other than that, if you're just this podcast sucks, what am I going to do? Tell you that what am I going to do? Am I going to fucking tell you you're wrong?
Yeah. Whatever. Thanks for giving it a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's about it, I guess. I guess we can start talking about the old Skinwalker Ranch. I'm going to be reading right off the Wikipedia to tell you guys basically the overview. And then I'm going to talk about independently through myself. I'm going to talk about the story because I noticed the Wikipedia doesn't really go into the story, how it kind of originated. So, Skinwalker Ranch. So, I know we talked about it earlier, but here we are. We're going to be talking about Skinwalker Ranch. A quick overview here. Basically, Skinwalker Ranch, from what I understand, is just a privately owned area. For some reason, it's kind of cordoned off. You can't really go there. A lot of weird shit happens there. UFO sightings, Bigfoot sightings, cryptid sightings, Skinwalker sightings. We'll talk about what Skinwalkers are later if you don't know what that is. All kinds of shit. All kinds of shit happens there. And at the end, I'll give my fucking opinion. I'm sure we'll all give our opinion, but we'll get there. But here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. This is straight off the Wikipedia. If you think that my reading voice is fucked up or something, then you can go and look it up yourself, asshole. So here it is, Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch, also known as Sherman Ranch, is a property located approximately 512 acres southeast of Ballard, Utah, that is allegedly the site of paranormal and UFO-related activities. Its name is taken from the Skinwalker of the Navajo legend concerning malevolent witches. Okay. Claims about the ranch first...
You already covered what I had. All I had was Skinwalker, what it was.
Well, that's not really... That doesn't go into it.
I know.
Talking about malevolent witches doesn't really tell you what a Skinwalker is. We'll get into that, and I'll pull that up on the Wikipedia, too, what a Skinwalker is, and then we'll talk about that. But that's later. I'd say that's towards the middle or the end, so... Whew. I have to take a breath. My nose is kind of, clogged up, and I can't breathe through my nose, so I'm all fucked up.
It's probably all my cigarette smoke.
No, it's not that. I'm used to sitting around you while you fucking smoke, man. Claims about the ranch first appeared in Salt Lake City, Utah No, it's not Desert News. It's Deseret News. What a fucking weird fucking news name. You see that? It has a weird E. Whatever. And later in the alternative weekly Las Vegas Mercury as a series of articles by journalist George Knapp of Coast to Coast fame. These early stories detailed the claims that a family had recently purchased and occupied the property only to experience an array of inexplicable and frightening events. Now, we're going to talk about that family and what happened there. No evidence, just a lot of speculation and eyewitness accounts. So we'll talk about that, though. Colm Kelleher and co-author George Knapp subsequently authored a book in which they described the ranch being acquired by the National Institute of Discovery Science to study anecdotal sightings of UFOs, Bigfoot-like creatures, crop circles, and glowing herbs and poltergeist activity reported by its former owners. The ranch, located in West Uinta, I'm going to say, I'd like to think that it's pronounced Winta, because I think that's more of the Indian pronunciation, Winta. If it's not, it's Uinta. Might be Uinta, maybe. Who knows? So, located west Uinta County, bordering the Ute Indian Reservation, was popularly dubbed the UFO Ranch due to its ostensible 50-year history of odd events said to have taken place there. Knapp and Keller cite the 1974 book, The Utah UFO Display, a scientist report by Frank Salisbury and Joseph Jr. Hicks, which detail an earlier investigation into alleged UFO sightings in the Uinta County region, as a partial confirmation of their account. According to Kelleher and Knapp, they saw or investigated evidence of close to 100 incidents that include vanishing and mutilated cattle, sightings of unidentified flying objects or orbs, large animals with piercing red eyes that they say were not injured when struck by bullets, and invisible objects emitting destructive magnetic fields. Among those involved were retired Army Colonel John B. Alexander, who characterized the NID science effort as an attempt to get hard data using standard scientific approach. However, the investigators admitted to difficulty obtaining evidence consistent with scientific publication. Cattle mutilations have been part of the folklore of the surrounding area for decades, but NID Science founder Robert Bigelow's purchase of the ranch and investigation funding was reportedly the result of his being convinced by stories of mutilation that included tales of strange lights and unusual impressions made in the grass and soil told by the family of former ranch owner Terri Sherman. In 1996, skeptic James Randi awarded Bigelow a Pegasus Award. What the fuck's a Pegasus Award? Okay, don't open the description. I'm gonna look up what a Pegasus Award. Okay, a Pegasus Award is the name of an actual tongue-in-cheek award presented by skeptic James Randi. The award seeks to expose parapsychological, paranormal, or psychic frauds that Randi has noted over the previous years. So basically, that was him saying "fuck you." Okay. So the Pegasus Award is a fuck you to Bigelow for funding research of the property for what he termed a useless study of a haunted ranch in Utah. The ranch was sold by Bigelow to a private corporation, Adamantium Real Estate LLC, in 2016. In 2017, the name Skinwalker Ranch was filed for trademark through Justia Trademarks. Said trademark was issued in 2018.
So the name Skinwalker Ranch is trademarked?
It is now.
I don't know about that.
Well, that just makes it more incriminating to me, but we'll talk about that later.
That seems kind of.
But that's the overview of what the Skinwalker Ranch is. I just went through it, and that's the summary.
That company, whatever adamantium bullshit.
Yeah.
They might have done that just because I know there was a
movie.
A movie that just came out there recently.
There was a movie that was kind of based on what happened there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they might.
It was like a.
It was company might one day just protect.
It was a horror movie. So you might have heard that fart. That was a little squeaker.
I'm glad it was a squeaker because the last one sounded like you shit yourself, dude.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, yeah, I watched a little bit of the Skinwalker. It's actually on YouTube. That's how bad it was.
The movie.
Yeah, and I watched a little bit of it because I actually thought it was going to be a documentary. It wasn't. It was actually one of those found footage kind of
I've
films
seen a couple stills
where
and
it's like somebody holding the camera.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's fake as fuck.
It wasn't like a high production thing.
No.
No.
It was like we made it.
Yeah, it has a 5 out of 10 stars on IMDb, or IMDb, my bad. But so let me go ahead and pull that up again, the Wikipedia. It says towards the beginning there, these early stories detailed the claims that a family that had recently purchased and occupied the property only to experience an array of inexplicable, frightening events. Now, I don't have everything, all the names and shit at the ready. What about you? Do you? You don't have all the names at the ready, do you?
What names?
Well, there's the names of the people who were involved, kinda. I know that George Knapp and these investigators were here, but I know that the guy's name was Terri Sherman, the guy who owned the ranch.
That was just.
I forget his wife's name and shit like that.
Was that one of his real name? Because I know he goes by.
Well, I
different
think
names.
that yeah, that's
wait.
because,
He
well,
goes
that was
by different names?
well,
Well,
no, the
when-
name that they used in it was so that people don't know the guy's real name.
Yeah,
so
'cause
Terri
after
Terri Sherman is an alias.
Yeah, after he sold the property, he didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
He just wanted to be left alone.
yeah.
Knapp's. I never went and found it, but Knapp had said if you look for it, you can find their real names. It's not hard to find. But I don't know. I just never got around to looking for it.
Well, here.
Doesn't.
Let's talk about it. Okay, so basically, I don't know the year that Terri Sherman was there. Hold on, I might be able to find it actually. So give me a second, guys. You guys want to talk while I'm looking this up?
What do you want me to talk about?
Anything.
I don't know. Wow.
What the hell, man?
Terri Sherman.
Well, I'm trying to look up when it happened. like the exact year.
It's so hard.
Well, no, they were there
find.
at a certain time. I forget what year. Anyway, okay, I don't remember the exact year, guys, because I watched a. Do you know?
He bought it in '94.
No, it was in '94. Okay, so that's when they moved there. Okay, so basically, let me tell the story. I know vaguely, basically, what this. Not even vaguely. I know like a little bit about the story. So basically, Terri Sherman and his wife and his kids had moved to this ranch. In where is this place? Is it in Utah?
Yeah.
Okay. So they moved to this place in Utah. It's actually a very scenic, very nice looking place. It's very cool. It has like mountains and everything apparently. And they just looked to raise their kids there and raise cattle and everything. They were going to live a farm life, like a ranch life.
Yeah,
so
it's like 480 acres, I think.
yeah, it's rather massive, the area. But that being said, these guys moved here, and when they had first gotten there, it was unoccupied for like 7 years. Nobody had lived there for like 7 years.
Yeah.
They kind of thought it was a steal. They were like, "Wow, what the fuck? We found this house. Nobody's living here. What the fuck?" And when they fucking showed up, the house was padlocked from the outside and the inside.
Yeah.
It was padlocked on both sides. There was also massive chains on the front of the house, whoever had owned it previously had these massive fucking dogs. They probably had like humongous, like I don't know what kind of dogs they had, but they probably had huge fucking dogs. From what they understood, basically, is that whoever had lived there previously was scared of something. So they were a little bit weirded out by that, but I think they ignored it. And I think at some point during the ownership, towards the beginning actually, ownership of the ranch, the first big incident, now I'm going to go ahead and say this for the sake of the listener, is that this is an eyewitness account. There is no proof, there's no pictures, there's no nothing, no video of this. But this is the story that Terri Sherman apparently shared with George Knapp. And those guys, when they had, well, not George Knapp, they shared it with a local newspaper, and then it got to George Knapp. So apparently, Terri Sherman and his family there had ran into this giant wolf. Apparently, it was larger than normal wolves in the area, and it looked weird too. It had weird eyes, like blue eyes or something like that. And apparently, it came up to them all willy-nilly, like, look, I'm just a normal little domesticated dog.
Pet me.
But yeah, it wanted to be pet. It was like
Yeah.
it was like it was a domesticated dog, Oh shit. Oh, dude, it's too late, man. No, that's something else. My buddy just texted me.
Oh.
I thought he sent me because he said that he found some stuff about Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're recording now, so it's too late. But no, he sent me something else. But yeah, man. So they saw this wolf. They were petting it. The kids had gotten into it too. They were petting the fucking thing, and they wanted to keep it as a pet too. The kids apparently, but like a couple minutes in, the guy realized the thing wanted its fucking cattle. It was just being smart. It was being a smart dog and being like, "Oh look, I'm just a little doggy. I want to fucking eat your fucking cattle now." And apparently, it darted into their fucking cattle area, and it grabbed one of the fucking the baby fucking cows, the calves. And it tried dragging it through the fence, and it couldn't get it through. And they were trying to beat it off of it. And it wouldn't... apparently, it wasn't taking any damage whatsoever. And that's when he had one of the kids grab his revolver, his Magnum revolver, the father, Terri Sherman's revolver, and they shot it. They shot it once, they shot it twice, they shot it 3 times. Apparently, nothing happened to it. It wasn't even getting hit by anything. Yeah. And then the father of, I think the mother, I don't remember. Like, there's an older man there. He grabbed his shotgun out of the fucking, his car. Huh?
I think it was the grandfather.
Yeah, it was the grandfather, but I don't know on whose side.
Oh.
But apparently he grabbed a shotgun out of his fucking car, shot the fucking wolf, like, 2 times, and he blew a bunch of fucking flesh and chunks of fucking fur off of it both times. And apparently it still didn't give a fuck that it got shot. And eventually, it was like, apparently...
It was just high on meth.
I have a theory about this, too, actually. But, apparently, it was just like, eventually it fucked off. It was like, okay. And apparently backed away from it with a cold stare.
Yeah, I know the story sounds so...
Well, no. Here, let me explain where I'm saying this. I'm going to go off on a little tangent here, guys. So basically, I was listening to this guy tell this story, and it had the spooky music. It had and he had the narrator's voice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I listened to the same one.
And it was in 2 parts. The one. Mine had 2 parts, 2 separate parts.
If it was 2 parts, I didn't listen to.
Was it called like True Stories from the?
I have no clue.
Oh well, mine was the True Stories, True and Unusual Stories. And the guy read like this, and that's when the wolf backed away. And it's like, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! My eyes were rolling so fucking fast it could be fucking car wheels. I don't fucking know, man. I was going 60 miles per hour inside of my fucking skull. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but like when it comes to conspiracies, I like it to be boring because then I know there's no entertainment factor involved. It's more scientific that way. When I got, ooh, and that's when the wolf backed away. Ooh, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I feel like I'm sitting at a fucking campfire and my fucking lame fucking somebody, some lame fucking my lame fucking camp counselor's fucking telling me his fucking story.
Trying to get your pants off.
Yeah. Well, whatever. But apparently that's just where it fucking began. Apparently, after that happened, they were explained that they were hearing voices above their heads.
You forgot to mention that they tracked the wolf.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
They did. They chased after it and it disappeared.
Yeah, it just like tracks just stopped. Like
maybe it ran away.
They picked up the hunks of flesh.
Yeah.
And they smelt the hunks of flesh.
It was like dead meat.
It smelled like rotting meat.
I have another theory for that. I think that may have happened. What happened to them? I think it might have actually happened. In fact, I'll tell you guys what I think right now.
Oh, so why don't you wait till the end?
Okay, fine. I'll wait till the end. All right.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, so that was just the beginning of it. That was the first event, but that's not where it fucking stopped. So apparently the family was all getting all fucked up because first they started hearing voices above their heads, like there were fucking ghosts in the house. Like people talking to them, like whispers. Everybody was. After that, apparently they started seeing strange lights everywhere. Like strange glowing lights that were moving really fucking fast. They were describing that they were seeing things outside of their windows. Apparently some real creepy shit was happening. And it was scaring the shit out of the fucking family. And it was, the kids were getting worse grades. Nobody was getting any sleep. They were seeing, like, tropical birds there, apparently, that don't belong in the region. A lot of weird shit was happening, and then apparently they moved out of the ranch. I think they may have still owned it, but they moved somewhere else.
Yeah,
at the time they owned it for some time.
Yeah, they were only there for 18 months.
Yeah, and then they moved out, but I think they still had ownership of the ranch. And that's when the story got to George Knapp and a bunch of different scientists, and that's when this group of NIDS guys, which is the National Institute for Discovery Science. They showed up and they decided to start running tests and start doing shit. And when they showed up,
just to touch on that, when they showed up, I actually have an article from 1996.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even after they sold the ranch, Sherman was hired
to watch over the ranch.
While
they were there. Yeah. No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's
what
I was going. That's why I said I think he may have still owned it, the ranch, and he was just operating there with them. The thing is, so all right, so George Knapp and his buddies, they had like a whole bunch of people. They had like cellular scientists and shit like that, and all. They had a whole crew of people. I can't tell you exactly who they had there. They were there to investigate like actual scientific shit. I'll give them credit there because they had some legitimate scientists there. And apparently they were seeing weird shit every day. Like I said, there was 100 incidents of fucking UFO sightings. There was all kinds of shit supposedly happening. Fucking I'm trying to think of one in particular. I think the one that I'm thinking of right now is that at one point Terri Sherman, his bulls were missing. His bulls were actually missing from they ended up in the trailer. All of the bulls were inside of the trailer.
Yeah.
And the doors were never opened.
Yeah, there was like cobwebs and shit.
Yeah, there was cobwebs. There was still wiring around the handles and shit like that. So apparently the doors had never
full. I think it was 4 like fully sized motherfuckers.
Yeah, and it's hard to get them to do that willingly.
And supposedly when he first found them, they were just standing in there like they were in a trance.
Yeah, and as soon as
he yelled for his wife to say he'd found them,
and as soon as they kind of snapped out of it, they went nuts.
Wow, I'm scared right now.
Really?
You got me scared.
Really?
No.
I was gonna say. Yeah, whatever. You'll be scared when you go to take Rocky out and there's a nun in the bushes. So.
You're a fucking douche, dude. You always gotta do that shit, bro.
Whatever, man. What do you want me to say?
Yeah? You'll be scared when I take him out there and there's 50 hot bitches.
How did you know I was so scared of hot bitches? You knew it. You know I'm gay. How did you... Damn it. Well, yeah, that was one case. Another case, apparently Terri Sherman and another one of his buddies they found one of the cows were kneeled over next to a tree, which meant that it was in distress. That usually means like you know how animals all have their quirks. Apparently that meant that it was in distress and that something was wrong. And they had seen something up in the tree that had like amber glowing eyes. They couldn't tell what it was. They thought it was a cat. It may have been like a large cat.
Yeah.
Because I mean Utah isn't near the Rockies, correct? I think it actually has the Rocky Mountains going through it, right?
Yeah. The Rockies go through.
Which means they have mountain lions, right?
I don't know. I would think so.
I would assume so.
I think so. But I think that might have been what they assumed it was. It may have been like a big cat of sorts. And they had shot at it, and apparently it kind of just disappeared without a trace. No tracks or anything, and this was in the dead of winter. And they said that they found... I think they said that they were finding tracks that were shaped like bird claws that were 6 inches across. So that would mean that would be about the size of my hand. So...
Yeah.
And I have another theory about that too.
Yeah, there's mountain lions in Utah.
Yeah, I
oh
figured.
yeah, the Rocky Mountains come
Yeah.
right through
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have mountain lions.
Well, anyway, yeah, like I said, apparently they were finding bird claws, like talon marks in the snow, about 6 inches across, which is about the size of my hand. So that's my hand might be a little bit bigger, but you get a general idea. It's about that big. And I have a theory about that, like I said, about that too. So there's that. Apparently a lot of the researchers were going out on their own, like doing rounds, looking for shit, and they would bring dogs with them. Oh yeah, before the researchers actually showed up, I forgot to tell this story. So okay, guys, back it up. Before the researchers even fucking got there, I think the last straw that they had with Skinwalker Ranch before they like decided to fucking leave, they had a bunch of dogs there, like alert dogs. They had 3 alert dogs. And apparently they saw something outside, and the dogs chased something outside.
Oh, yeah.
It was, wasn't there, it was lights or something, like lights floating around?
Yeah.
Or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And he sent the dogs after it.
Yeah, and the dogs
Go
chased...
get the lights.
Well, yeah, he encouraged them. He was like, go get it. Go get it. That's what I do with my dog. When I let my dog out and I think there's something outside, I say, go get it.
Yes, yeah. Especially when it's a fucking light floating in the...
Well, whatever, dude.
I mean,
I let my dog look for it.
I mean, if I love my dog, I probably wouldn't do that. But
I love my dog too. She's a hunting dog, though. So she goes after shit.
So you're telling me there's this magic ball of light floating in the air, and if
well, no, I wouldn't let my dog out.
You're gonna say, "Get that fucker."
Well, not if it was a floating light, but
I mean,
if I hear something
Jake
outside,
tell Rocky to go get
on
it,
a couple
but
occasions, I've heard rustling in the rustling outside in the dead of night, and I couldn't tell if it was a person or an animal, so I just let my dog out to go after it to see it, to scare it away or pinpoint it.
Yeah.
And if she had fucking like found it, I would have gone after it. But if it was like if it was something clearly supernatural, I would be like, I wouldn't let her out. You know, that's different. But I understand his logic, though. He must have been, maybe he thought it was somebody with a flashlight or something. Who knows? And he wanted the dogs to get it. Apparently, they darted into the forest after this light, and they were barking at it for a while. And then about 5 minutes in,
they were never seen again.
Fuck. No, hold on.
With your echo, that was awesome.
I know. I thought about it last second. I'm like, don't say anything. Shut up.
Well, not only were they not seen again, in fact, actually, he heard them yelping after about 5 minutes of barking, chasing, and then he heard like they were fucked. They got fucking
That was awesome.
What the fuck happened to him?
Like they got like they got fucking murked.
I could have swore that was a real dog in here that got murked.
That's because it was a real dog. That's because it's stories, the untold truth, the stories. Here in Utah on Skinwalker Ranch. Anyway, yeah, apparently in the morning he went to go look for his dogs, and there was like you know, if you burn a body, it leaves like fat burn marks on the ground.
I haven't burned a body in a long time. But no, I know what you mean.
Hold on, I got a burp. Anyway, so apparently he found a bunch of burned fat on the ground, and he just assumed it was his dogs. I don't think he had any confirmation of that, but he definitely...
He just assumed.
Yeah.
So his dogs could have just ran off and got lost.
Shut up. I'm talking about that at the end.
Oh.
This dog's going to be like, fuck this place. I'm out.
Well, apparently the dogs were really spooked. Well,
Once again, fuck this shit. I'm out.
But yeah, like I said, this story came before George Knapp and the NIDS guys showed up. So I think that was the last straw. I think that's after that they actually moved off of the ranch.
Okay.
So anyway, back to where I was at though. You know, the bulls were moved and everything. Then they saw that weird thing, and they saw the talon marks in the snow because I think it was wintertime at the time. There was a lot of through eyewitness account, a lot of weird shit happened. George Knapp and a lot of them claimed that they would constantly see UFOs and try to take pictures of them, and they were too fast to take pictures of, and the pictures weren't good enough. That's what they said. That's actually what they said. I'm not even joking.
I know.
That's what they said.
It's just funny.
And yeah, apparently that happened a lot. Nobody could get a single picture. There was another story of, I think, of not from the Shermans, but I believe somebody in nearby that area was told about a fishing hole nearby, like a place to fish, like a pond or something. And there was like a hill overlooking the pond. And when the guy had gone to fishing there, because it was apparently a successful fishing spot,
You should go check it out, man.
yeah, I would. I like fishing. You know me. You know what they say. A fish a day is doctors
Keeps
not
the
good.
Skinwalker away.
Keeps the skinwalkers away. Well, apparently not, because at this pond, apparently they seen something that had black fur, but then it had white fur near the head, and it kind of looked like an elk. They described it as looking like an elk, but it was standing on two legs. Was that Rocky? Uh-oh. Rocky! It's the Skinwalkers. Is somebody here?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, I don't know. But either way,
He's done.
podcast ruined. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, so they described it as kind of looking like an elk, but like I said, it had this like black and white fur. And they described it as but it was bipedal. It was standing on fucking hind two legs. And they said it was fucking huge. And they just saw it walking near the pond, and then it walked into the forest. That wasn't the Shermans. That was somebody else apparently. So as you can tell, there's been a lot of stories about this place. The Navajo describe it as a big, like, cryptid area, like there's skinwalkers there. And that's where I'm going to talk about skinwalkers. And this is where the wolves come in, because apparently that's their favorite form, to be a wolf.
Well, it is a badass form. I mean,
That's
if I could be anything,
Yeah, I turned into a wolf last night and I fucking killed people.
I'd want to be a wolf too. I mean, first thing I do is I come here and eat fucking rock.
Yeah, I like to kill people. I kill people in wolf form, and they call me Lone Wolf. I actually have a picture of a wolf, and it looks like it's breaking out of my skin.
They call me Jimmy Bones Wolf.
Yeah, my sick tattoo of a wolf. It looks like a wolf clawing through my skin on my back, and it looks kind of cool. It's epic. Anyway, can you pass me the Monster Energy drink? Hold on, I gotta put my Fox dirt biking fucking t-shirt back on.
Wow.
Anyway, so let me talk about skinwalkers here, because this is where the Navajo thing comes in. This is what has to do with wolves, and this is why like people associate this with skinwalkers, the Sherman ranches with Skinwalker Ranch, because it all comes full circle that they say that these wolves are skinwalkers. So, and the background of a skinwalker is, in the Navajo language, ye natulushi.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Translates to, by means of it, he or she goes on all fours. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. While perhaps the most common variety seen in horror fiction by non-Navajo people, the Yi Nadlushi is one of several varieties of Navajo witch, specifically a type of Antnihiji. The legend of the Skinwalkers is not well understood outside of the Navajo culture, mostly due to reluctance to discuss the subject with outsiders. Navajo people are reluctant to reveal Skinwalker lore to non-Navajos or discuss it at all among those they do not trust. Navajo witches, including Skinwalkers, represent the antithesis. I've always been confused how to pronunciate antithesis or antithesis. Like, I've never known, is it antithesis or is it because it's antithesis. Like that's the. I know I'm going too into the language part of this, but I'm just saying, I'm bringing this up as my own personal thing. I'm always like, it's thesis with anti behind it, because it's an anti, like, theory, I guess you could say, or it's like the opposite of something of a culture or a belief. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the anti is just kind of added to the back of that. So I always say, is it pronounced antithesis, like antithesis, or is it antithesis?
Are you seriously still fucking talking about this?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it represents the antithesis of Navajo culture values. While community healers and cultural workers are known as medicine men and women, or by terms in the local indigenous language, witches are seen as evil, performing twisted ceremonies and manipulating magic in a perversion of the good works of medicine people traditionally perform. In order to practice their good works, traditional healers learn about both good and evil magic. Most can handle their responsibility, but some people can become corrupt and choose to become witches. So you were right about that, by the way, the ritual.
Yeah.
So, basically, animals associated with witchcraft usually include tricksters such as the coyote, or wolves, but can include other creatures, usually associated with death or bad omens. Did you want to say something, man? Oh, okay. My bad. They may also possess living animals or people and walk around in their bodies by locking eyes with them. Skinwalkers may be male or female, but are typically male. What? Antithesis. Oh, yeah, I was right. So it was antithesis. I knew it.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it, dude.
Had to Google it.
Thank you. Skinwalker stories among Navajo children may be may complete life and death struggles that end in either Skinwalker or Navajo killing the other, or partial encounter stories that end in a stalemate. Encounter stories may be composed as Navajo victory stories, with the Skinwalkers approaching a Hogan and oh yeah, and being scared away. Oh yeah,
Let me tell you, brother.
Skinwalker, you better get out of here.
Wow.
Okay, Jesus Christ, bye.
Was that Hulk Hogan or was that?
That was me doing. I can only do Randy Savage.
I was about to say.
That was Randy Savage.
Snaps new Slim Jim.
Oh yeah.
Well, you make him sound like he has like cancer.
That's
throat
because my
cancer
voice
or
is too
something.
high, so I have to try and get it deeper when I do it. So I'm like
He's right on the
oh
edge.
yeah, Skinwalker.
Like he's right on the edge of needing that fucking hole in his throat. Like that's where you're at right now.
I'm gonna put you between my bicep and fucking crush you. Anyway, non-native interpretations of Skinwalker stories typically take form of partial encounter stories on the road, where the protagonist is temporarily vulnerable, then escapes from the Skinwalker in a way. No, who the fuck cares? Is this about like fucking stories that aren't Navajo? Okay, I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, guys, that was stupid. So anyway, you get the point. Skinwalkers are basically these guys that can kind of shapeshift or possess bodies. And that's the Navajo legend as far as we know. Apparently they haven't really shared much else other than that.
Yeah, they keep it to themselves.
Probably
because they don't know what the fuck they're talking
Well,
about.
actually, you know what?
Nowadays, yeah. I'm sure.
Well, you know what? They actually the thing that I was listening to speculated that may be something that was even before the Navajo, so they don't even understand it.
Yeah, they don't get it.
So it may be something that was a legend before their time even, so they don't get it either.
Yeah.
They're just as confused as we are, supposedly. That's the theory. So
Could be. I mean, that's why they don't talk about it.
But yeah, that's basically what a skinwalker is. And that's and a big thing for them is to be coyotes or wolves on a rather large scale. They're supposed to be supposedly huge. So, that being said, apparently there's been a lot of like bestial fucking sightings there and a lot of huge wolves. But I have a theory about that as well. All in all, I hate to do this to some of the listeners. I know we got some people out there that might really like the Skinwalker Ranch. But the thing is, for me, is that I believe maybe 20% of it. So, I think weird shit happens there. But all in all, I feel like a lot of it's just eyewitness testimony. But what are you doing?
I just took a picture.
Okay.
I don't know. Other podcast people like take pictures.
Yeah,
and then they
I don't
put-
know if my hair looks good or
Yeah.
not. My hair might be fucked up.
No, you're okay.
Can't
Okay.
fucking look any worse than mine does.
Well, whatever. Either way, that's all in all about the story of Skinwalker Ranch, other than the fact that there's shit that happened afterwards. Like, Bigelow ended up owning it after the whole investigation. Bigelow didn't own it until the 2000s, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was left kind of... The Skinwalker Ranch was kind of left alone. I mean, it was like this weird fucking place for the longest time, and it was like known as the most investigated paranormal site of history because of George Knapp and that whole team of investigators. And and then they had that guy, the what was his name? I'm looking for it right now. The Utah UFO display, a scientist report by Frank Salisbury and Joseph Jr. Hicks. Now you see that recorded back in the 1970s that they were seeing a ton of fucking UFOs during the 70s, the 60s and the 70s. They were saying that like kids were seeing them outside the fucking the classroom windows and shit, and people all around town would be like, "Yeah, I saw a fucking UFO today," apparently. Now, whether you can believe it or not, I don't know. But that was before the Skinwalker Ranch shit was even a thing. Like it being popularized. So nobody really so apparently it's been a paranormal hotspot for years. Like even before it was Skinwalker Ranch. Now that's one thing to me that points that it might be true, because before it was famous, it was already a crazy place.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So like before it was even on the map as a UFO hotspot, it was being viewed. It was already having weird shit happen. So after that, though, like after the whole George Knapp thing, about I don't know how many exact years, but here I'm looking right now. Maybe it's not even there. The year's not even there. Eventually, Robert Bigelow had come to own it, and Mike, was it you that said that? No, or was it you? He was government contracted. Who said it? Who told me he was government contracted? That was you, right?
Yeah, I told you too.
He worked for the Pentagon.
Yeah, so he supposedly was government contracted. And when he owned it, it was closed off exclusively. You said the county road that ran through it was closed too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about Robert Bigelow is that he had hired basically private military. He hired ex-military soldiers to guard the place and guard the perimeter. And it was blocked off. Like the whole place was blocked off and guarded. So you couldn't really go there like it was like a government test site. And that's a speculation, that's a theory that the place was actually like a government test site.
Yeah.
That
and like I said, Bigelow he just has weird connections.
Yeah.
To government shit like that. At one point his aerospace, I guess Bigelow Aerospace.
Yeah.
At one point that was the only in this country anyway. I can't say about the rest of the world. But in this country, besides NASA, he was the only private aerospace company that actually had things in space. Those modules, he developed some modules for NASA or something, and he had them up in space. And I actually read an article where they were asked about it, or a representative from Bigelow Aerospace was asked about it. And he said he couldn't talk about it because it was classified. That's all he said. Now, I don't know if that means it was classified for their company, or was it government classified, or what. But that guy's got so many fucking connections. But if you search him up, you'll find all kinds of weird shit about him.
But he had owned it for years. He had owned it for years after that whole investigation thing, and he had connections with George Knapp and I think he had connections with the NSID or whatever the fuck they were called. I forgot what they were called already.
What's the SNID?
Hold on, it's the NIDS, the National Institute of Discovery Science. That's the thing that was George Knapp and Colm Kelleher and those guys. They were the people who were at Skinwalker Ranch.
And I told you,
he was connected to them too.
I seen where, I don't know if this still stands, but there was a time because it was actually, I know he's fucking whacked out crazy. I seen it on Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura did an episode on this, and one of his, I think it was his son, because they went to the ranch and supposedly they saw some shit, and they called to report it. They saw some shit in the sky. They called to report it, and they were directed to a company that Bigelow owned. Yeah. So they were reporting a UFO sighting to Bigelow and not the military. just kind of fucking weird. You would think, I guess. I don't know. They're all weird.
I mean, if you wanna like really dig and throw it out there, Ballard, Utah, which is where the place is.
Yeah.
It's only about 750 miles away from Roswell.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense.
Wait,
now.
what's only 50? What?
750 miles.
Ballard, Utah, which is where
750 miles is a lot. That's.
Yeah, but
not if you're in a UFO.
yeah, not if you're in you.
Guess not. Hey, Scully, what's up?
Not if you're in
Hey,
UFO.
Scully, I know you were in X Files. What do you think? I think I'm retarded. Meow.
She is retarded.
At least you admit it, man.
But yeah, there's so many connections with that guy, and I don't know if you're gonna talk about it, but then
Ooh, Robert Bigelow?
yeah,
Yeah.
But-
Well, all I know is that he's heavily invested in the UFO study stuff.
and he's tied in with the whole
And he's a
fucking
real estate guy.
Tom DeLonge thing too.
Yeah. How is he tied into that, though?
He isn't,
Well,
he isn't specifically.
yeah, specifically not him.
After he dissolved NIDS or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
they're called, and just had his aerospace company, people from NIDS went to what is it? To the Stars Academy.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's potential that Tom DeLonge has contact with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom's probably running around Skinwalker Ranch right now, actually.
He probably has info on it. Whether it's real or not, he probably definitely has info.
Actually, I heard that Tom DeLonge is the Skinwalker.
Dun dun dun! Code's been cracked, baby.
Episode over. There's nothing else to say.
Well, whatever. Anyway, Bigelow just recently, as in 2 years ago, he sold the property of Skinwalker Ranch, but it wasn't called Skinwalker Ranch. It was technically called Sherman Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch was just what people, like conspiracy theorists, called it. It's called Sherman Ranch. But eventually, Adamantium had bought it from Bigelow in 2016, and in 2017, they actually trademarked the name Skinwalker Ranch. They trademarked it, so I think they own the name now. So
Good luck finding anything about the company, by the way.
and that was final. That was actually finally. I actually found their website. I found their website. They have a website, but it doesn't tell you what they do.
It's so confusing because some things I found said that they were bought by Adamantium Holdings. Some things said they were bought by Adamantium Real Estate. Pretty much all of them end up just saying that they're a shell company of someone else.
Holdings.
Yeah.
There's this. Is this a crypto? This is a cryptocurrency. What the fuck?
Yeah, see, like I found so many different names for who actually supposedly bought them.
Hold on. That's not anything. Hold on, guys. I'm looking stuff up about adamantiums right now.
There was that.
Annual revenue $80,000. What? That's not the same thing.
There was another. There was one that I found too that it's supposedly like our biggest fucking gold distributor in the U.S. too. Like there's so many different companies that are just the same name. It's adamantium with something after it.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, here's what I find. When I look up the adamantium group, I found this thing. They do real estate, but they also do like super yachts, furniture, architecture, stuff like that. But they just bought it this year, so I wonder if they're making it like an attraction area. You know what that makes me think? That they're just making the area.
It's a scam.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's my personal opinion, but we'll talk more about that in a couple minutes. But adamantium is like a luxury. They like make luxury boats and luxury architecture. Like they're the kind of guys who make shit for people who have millions and millions of dollars.
I mean, I kind of just find it funny that the company called Adamantium bought it, and people think that there might be government shit involved.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe there isn't a Skinwalker. Maybe it's just fucking Wolverine wandering around out there.
Fucking knew it. But all right, yeah, it's been 1 hour. I think, like I said, I don't think this episode's going to be very long. Because there's not, I was telling these guys while we were eating dinner today, I was saying, listen, when I got into Skinwalker Ranch, I was like, this is pretty interesting. Let me dig a little bit deeper. And then I hit rock. I hit, like, concrete. Yeah. It's like, after the first scoop, I couldn't go any deeper.
There's nothing there. It's all stories.
It's all stories. And you can't even find more stories.
No.
There's only one website I found, which is called the skinwalkerranch.org, which is a bunch of stories without authors. There's no author name. There's no titles. There's no sources. There's nothing. It could just be some loser who's just writing this shit up.
Yeah, Tom Arnold.
It might be Tom Arnold.
I thought you were going to say Tom DeLonge.
Or
Tom DeLonge.
It could be him, too.
Shocked the shit out of me there.
But there's a couple other weird things that happened. They said that some weird black figure had stepped out of a portal for like a couple moments and then stepped back in.
Yeah, I've read some shit about multi-dimensional.
Yeah, everything that could exist about conspiracies is here.
There's stories about the Predator fucking running around.
There's invisible people. Yeah, there's invisible people.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Well, I think the story with the Predator one was I don't know if it was Sherman or somebody had somebody come on to the property to like try and contact the spirits or whatever. He had somebody. The guy was meditating in a field. Did you read that story?
No.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
He had some guy come out. I think he was supposed to be like trying to contact the spirits or whatever. And he was out meditating in a field. And all of a sudden, this thing, like a predator, like if people that are listening don't get what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you're like 10 years old and you're a little like millennial, you're a little movie, like generation Y little fuck, Generation Z. Whatever.
Wow!
Like I'm gonna fuck you up big time.
Like the movie Predator with his camouflage, how he works.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly like something came out of the woods. It looked like that, and that it screamed at him. And he was so terrified that he couldn't even walk out of there. That Sherman had to come and get him.
Well, people speculate that was a skinwalker then, because that's apparently what they do. Apparently, so here's one of the powers of skinwalkers that is speculated, is that they have the ability to read your mind and know what your biggest fear is.
Yeah.
So, and they can become your biggest fear.
So this motherfucker was afraid of the Predator, I guess.
I guess so. I just watched the Predator. That shit was scary.
I mean, it's a logical fear. I'd be pretty fucking terrified.
Yeah, that thing. The Predator's pretty fucked up looking, but I'd probably beat his ass, stupid pussy.
And then you'd fuck his face too. Right?
Yeah, man. Whatever. Kind of looks hot. What do you want me to say? I bet you I bet you they make a fucking fleshlight of fucking.
Guarantee.
I can almost guarantee you that they make a fucking Predator fleshlight like out of his mouth. I out there you can probably find it.
What the fuck? Dude?
I'm just saying. Here, I'll look it up right now. Predator fleshlight.
Dude, if there's a fucking Predator fleshlight, I want
right
it.
there. Found it. $72.95.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
here, you want to come over here and see it?
No, I don't.
Here.
It's like his mouth is turned on the side.
It's literally... they just took his mouth and then made it vertical.
Yo, dude, we just got a big retweet. Sorry to cock you off there.
Big retweet? Okay.
Dude.
What? What's big about...
Who the fuck is Corruption USA? Who's Corruption USA? They just retweeted. Listen to James Gunn Petisode by Drinking the Theory podcast.
I'm trying to find it. There's the guy's name. You took a picture of your face covered by the mic. Why?
Yeah. Oh, because I seen other people do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
He has 57,000. He has 58,000 followers.
Does he really?
And he's following to like almost 28,000. I doubt they'll pay attention. He'll pay attention to us, man. But whatever, maybe he will. Who knows?
Thank you, people, for retweeting our shit.
Yeah, that shit helps. That actually does get us listeners.
Dude,
I think honestly, I think
big
Twitter
time.
Twitter is the biggest is our biggest circulation of content.
Yeah, and you know, I told you about my friend down in Arkansas with the the band Jeremy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't mind me saying his name because he needs props right now. He back in the day he had a little like podcast thing.
Yeah.
Where he basically just talked about music and he did interviews. And I told you he got the guy Heath Hyman from New Egypt Central on there, which was pretty cool. He just got back into doing podcasts again, and I don't understand how I never told him that we have a podcast.
Did you just inform him recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were texting and shit.
Yeah.
Because he had a question on his Facebook about podcasts, so I fucking chimed the fuck in.
Oh, okay.
And wow, I'm so old. Where was I going with this?
Hold on, can we take hold on to that story? Hold on to it.
I gotta hold on to it because I fucking forget it already.
I just want to read the description of this predator fleshlight. Let's get one thing straight. This is both horrifying and amazing at the same time. Schwarzenegger isn't here to save you, so you better finish the job yourself.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Take control of the beast before it draws you in with its tantalizing glare, and the hunter becomes the hunted.
What the fuck?
Okay, email when.
No, see if they'll sponsor us, man. The Predator Flashlight's got to sponsor someone.
Well, it's
like us.
Fleshlight.com, so thanks
man.
Fleshlight.com for
Didn't
the funny.
Fleshlight.com? I think they sponsored Rogan for a while.
They did.
Yeah,
Well,
and he would
whatever.
get on there and be like, and he would start talking. Yeah, if you're interested in Fleshlight, and he'd do this long ass fucking ad for
Well, you see,
Fleshlight.
here
It
at
was like-
Fleshlight.com, I guarantee you that I'd be more genuine than fucking Joe Rogan, because at least I can definitely say for sure that I'd be like, this looks like it feels good. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
Because James
Here they have a sensation fucking graph.
'cause-
It's got a couple ribs in there, and it's got a zigzag rib at the very end if you can get that deep, but I doubt it because you guys are
Where
usually
else
pretty
can
small.
you go from fucking Skinwalker Ranch to the fucking Fleshlight?
If you guys would sponsor us, James would give you like a real fucking.
He'd test that fucker out.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean, 'cause
if we
unlike
got any
Joe
females
Rogan-
out there, I wouldn't mind making a dick mold. If you guys are cool with that.
Wow.
They have some zombie fleshlights too.
Oh, I remember. Okay, so Jeremy, down in Arkansas there. So we started talking about podcasts and shit, and dude, he said he doesn't use Twitter. He doesn't feel like it's a viable thing.
Well, that's where we get all of our listens.
to gain an audience. And Jeremy, I'm telling you, bro.
If you get on there and you start
Twitter.
retweeting, if you're just trying to start out, man.
Yeah.
If you're just
helps.
trying to gather up a couple hundred, man.
Yeah.
Like honestly, just go out there and advertise because
Yeah.
there are people out there who click on that shit and actually go and listen.
Dude, listen, I would guarantee that I fucking put shit up so much, I probably annoy people.
Yeah.
But listen, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I want people to hear us.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I overdo it sometimes. Maybe I don't do it enough.
You never know.
I don't know, but I just try. I don't know. Try.
Whatever.
Mike's always.
All I
fucking
know,
on
all I
there.
know is that I'm there for. I'm basically like kind of like our Twitter bouncer.
Yeah.
And if somebody says,
Yeah, I pick the fights. You finish them.
if they come on and say some stupid shit, I'm on there
Go
fucking
ahead.
roasting them.
I look at my phone like, go ahead, say something. I'll get Big Jimmy to take care of you.
Anyway.
Yeah, because I'm no good at that.
Yeah, dude. I've been on the internet since I was fucking like 10 or 11 years old.
Dude, I'm no good at
So for all this time, I've been trained. I'm like a black belt and fucking getting in fights with people.
that. I'm no good at that. Dude, just today. Oh my God, this is a funny story. Just today, me and Tony ran around. We were running around all fucking day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But anyway, so we're done running around. We leave the store, and I get a text from Megan's, and she's like, "Hey babe, can you do me a solid and get me?" I don't know what it is with chicks and Dunkin' Donuts, man. That is some weird shit. The chicks are
Just wait for pumpkin spice to come out.
dude. They're all about the fucking the double D there.
It's funny because I fucking
And-
hate Dunkin' Donuts. I think their
I-
coffee.
dude,
I
I
think their
know.
coffee's
I
disgusting.
know. I
I think
don't
their
like
coffee's
this-
absolutely
I
disgusting.
don't like the smell of the place. But she loves the shit. So she's like, babe, can you? And she sent me this text of what I'm supposed to get because ordering at Dunkin' Donuts is like, I can't. It's like I don't know.
Fucking science.
It's like
formula.
entering fucking launch codes or something. And so we get up
it's
to
a
the
number
window.
station.
So I order. We get up to the window there, and she sent me another text. We were texting back and forth, and she put JW, and then what she said. And I look at Tony. Now, Tony's what, 16? I think my kid's 16. I don't know. I know he still lives at home and I pay for things. So I'm like, Tone, what the fuck does JW mean? And he's like, I don't know. I never heard that one.
I've never heard of that either.
JW. I don't know. JW.
I don't even know what that is.
So I'm sitting there looking at my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look over and there's this girl in there.
I would elaborate, probably just wondering.
Well, there's this girl at the window there. She's waiting for this elaborate fucking latte, fucking whatever. I'm waiting for it, and she's waiting for it. And I look at her. I say, "Hey, excuse me," and she's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I'm like, dude, I just got a text, and I was wondering if you know what does JW mean. Yo, this bitch started fucking laughing at me. She's like, it's just wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
just, it's just
I've never
wondering.
used that, but that's what I would do.
And I'm like, thanks a lot, because I had no fucking clue what the fuck that meant. And the fucking bitch is laughing at me the whole time. I don't know, because I would write out just wondering.
Yeah.
But so I don't know what this relates to, of anything. But that's it. Was I done talking about Jeremy? Oh yeah, the Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we got to the end there. Like, dude, if you're listening to this, man, seriously, if you want to just get a jump start, I'd say even once your shit is popular, I'd say Twitter is definitely still the way to go, because that's
totally.
how you, because especially if you start getting a big following, then you get a bunch of retweets and then it circulates better.
Yeah.
It definitely scales up. The more people you got retweeting and liking your shit, the more people are going to see your podcast.
Yeah, I didn't ask him yet.
Definitely don't do it through Facebook. You're not going to get anything.
I didn't ask him yet, but maybe he'll listen to this episode. I'll tell him we threw him a fucking bone.
Yeah.
But on his Twitter now, he's got it. Okay, give a shout out to his music. He's got a music. It's under the name Cryptic Memoirs. It's pretty decent music. It's good music.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. He's only got a couple songs, but wow, my fucking mind is melted right now.
His Twitter. And
Oh yeah, his Twitter for Cryptic Memoirs. You go to Cryptic Memoirs on Twitter, check it out. I don't know if you can. He posts stuff on there for his music, but he has retweet locked. You can't retweet the shit. Excuse me.
Nice.
So I'm like, I keep meaning to ask him, dude. No one can see your shit if you can't retweet it, man.
Yeah, the thing with it's like you want to hit. I need to get on Reddit, man. I no offense to the Redditors out there, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Reddit community because listen, everything that's ever been touched by Reddit. Like I play a lot of games, okay?
Yeah.
So a lot of the multiplayer games that I play that get touched by Reddit
Yeah.
are totally shit. I'm sorry, Redditors. If you guys really like Reddit, I'm so sorry. But Siege, for example, the people who post on the Reddit, on the Siege subreddit, are fucking stupid. They're the stupidest motherfuckers I've ever seen to have an opinion.
Wow, that's...
And it's just like, I don't want that to be our podcast. I'm sorry, I don't want to... But then again, I guess any listen counts. So that's what I'm trying... I gotta remember that logic, and maybe I should hit the... Because there's a podcast subreddit. So I should probably hit that, advertise the podcast. But if you really want to hit it big, I'd say the two big ones are definitely Reddit and Twitter. You want to hit Reddit, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram, it's very easy to circulate. All you need to do is hit the right hashtags, and there are people who just skim through hashtags. So just post post pictures of your make a podcast Instagram and just start posting on Instagram pictures, memes, whatever, and then just hashtag with like memes, hashtag podcast, hashtag this, and then the people who do nothing with their lives other than do social media stuff. Which, just by the way, if you think I'm a loser for playing video games all day, just think of how big of losers people are for skimming Facebook and Instagram all day. That's literally doing nothing at all.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Because at least I'm doing something playing games. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, dude, hit some social media. Just stay off of Facebook. Facebook's not a good place.
Facebook,
It's good if you already have an audience.
yeah. And if there's actually anyone that listens to our shit that's on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
this isn't towards you. But most of the people that are on their Facebook page, they're pretty much there for the memes and the shit posts.
Yeah,
which is cool. I have no.
They don't.
I have no problem with
give.
that.
They don't give a shit about the podcast. Which,
No.
They're there to see what we post.
Yeah, but every time they share, because we get a lot of shares off of some of our fucking posts.
Yeah,
and
as
our
long as
memes.
it's a hit.
See, yeah. So
I try not to shitpost too much there because
sharing our
my
name.
humor's a little bit more
yours is
exotic.
weird. Yeah.
So it's hard for people to understand it.
Yeah.
So I usually let you guys handle it because you guys have more normie humor. No offense.
Yeah. No, that's
not
fucking
taken.
fine.
I am absolutely fine having.
Yeah, I just I try to just because as long as they're sharing it, because when they share it, they're sharing our name. Our name goes with it, and
yeah.
I
try to post on there if I see a meme that I think would be funny to the regular person, which is very, very rare.
Yeah.
But anyway, back on Skinwalker Ranch.
Right.
We pretty much talked about the whole thing.
No, you're absolutely right.
If you try to look shit up, you have a hard time finding. And if you might even be able to find forum posts where people say they seen weird shit, but that's all you're gonna get.
Yeah, I know
it's a dry well. It's a dry well.
Because I can sit here and say, dude, guess what? When I was on vacation last week, you'd never believe this. I went out back. I was gonna, mow the grass out back. It was right before dark. I wanted to wait till it was cooling off.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe this. A fucking Charizard, dude, flew right over me, almost hit my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charizard. And then it flew down to my neighbor's yard, scooped up his fucking dog. And I watched it fly over the mountain over there.
Yeah. And those are the kind of stories you hear.
See how convincing that sounded?
You didn't even throw a berry at him and try and catch him?
No, I didn't have any balls on me. All my balls were in the house.
Wow, you have long balls, bro. Anyway, but that's basically what you get when you find these forum posts, these short stories. It's like, I was near the Skinwalker Ranch and I saw a light. It could have easily been a flashlight, but I don't think so because it was the Skinwalker Ranch.
And I'm not making fun of people who believe in it.
No, me either.
If you want to believe in it, that's your thing.
Well, that's what I was going to get to.
That's cool. But
that's what I was going to get to. Let's one by one go through our opinions. Yeah. Do you guys want to go first about your opinions?
Go ahead.
No, you guys go first. I'll finish up my fucking opinion. Okay? I'll finish up with my fucking statement.
We'll go alphabetically, but backwards. So, Mike, you go.
What the fuck? I feel pretty much the same way I think you do, James. I think there's some shit that happened there. Most of it probably didn't.
I'll go into depth about it when I talk.
I don't. It's just there's nothing there to fucking look at. Like
there's nothing tangible,
and you can't even go there. You can't go there to see it for yourself.
And I mean, like we were saying there earlier before we started recording, like there's a part of me that's like, that's good. There's not a lot of info there, which makes sense because there's not a lot of fucking people that have been there. But that goes against like every conspiracy, ghost, whatever you want to fucking say, fucking belief. It's like, all right, so there's no evidence, so nothing fucking happened then. Like,
well, like I said when we were sitting eating dinner, it's two sides of the same coin. It's either it means nothing or it means something. It's like, and you don't know. Actually, I was thinking about this while I was listening to it last night, and I compared Skinwalker Ranch to Schrodinger's conspiracy. It's like you don't know if there's something wrong going on there until you go there yourself. Yeah. Well, you know what Schrodinger's box is, right? Like the cat thing, where like you put a cat in a box with some radiation, and you don't know if the cat's dead yet until you open the box. That's like it was the counter to the theory of relativity.
Sounds familiar.
You should look it up. Schrodinger's cat, Schrodinger's box, something like that. Okay. And there's a lot of things that can be compared to that, though. It's the same thing with Skinwalker Ranch to me. These people that went there say that they've seen shit. We don't know. And we won't know until one of us goes there and looks for something.
Gets fucking screamed at.
And sees something. And until I go there and see something, it could either be there's something there or there's nothing there. And I don't know until I go myself. Yeah. So, but basically here's basically my opinion. I'll go a little bit more in depth.
Okay, so I go after you.
Yeah, go ahead. So here's my opinion. Just like every stereotype in the world about people and whatnot, Stereotypes, whether you want to admit it or not, are steeped in a certain amount of truth. That's because somebody at some point observed you or a certain group of people and seen something and said, wow, they do that a lot. So that's the stereotype. Well, that goes the same way with rumors and urban legends. That means somebody or a group of people had seen something and said, yeah, I seen something fucking weird there too. And that's my thing with Skinwalker Ranch. I think it's a place where there is paranormal activity. Do I think there's skinwalkers? Personally, no. I don't think skinwalkers are real. This is where I'm going to go into the wolf thing. Okay? I don't know too much about the ecology over on the west side of the United States, but gray wolves here, a full-sized gray wolf, is rather large. It's like a big German Shepherd. And a lot of these guys are described, like those guys when they seen that wolf, they said it was chest height. Yeah. That's a full-sized adult wolf. They get big like that. That sounds normal.
Yeah, dude. Not to cut you off. I don't know if either of you had seen. I posted that thing there on her Facebook there the other day. That video.
Yeah.
That. Reading in the comments, everyone was saying it was a timber wolf chasing that dude's dogs.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was fucking huge. Like, it was 2.5 times the size of his fucking dogs.
Yeah, timber wolves can get up to 100 pounds. 100 pounds. A male timber wolf can be up to 99 pounds.
Dude, that's like some of the deer around here.
Yeah, they're huge. They're, like I said, they're like full-size German Shepherds, like a purebred German Shepherd that's full-sized. Yeah. And that's why German Shepherds look a lot like wolves, because they're pretty close in relation compared to other dogs.
Yeah,
and it's just like, that's what I'm trying to say. All these people, I've seen the biggest wolf ever there. That's because you're in the fucking Rocky Mountains, and there are wolves there that are fucking huge.
Yeah,
and that's because wolves are fucking huge,
especially on land like they're talking about.
Yeah,
and dude,
that's a lot of open land.
They have no interruption to be predators.
Yeah.
They have no reason to be small or meek.
And dude, at his time when Sherman owned it. Dude, he supposedly lost like 20% of his cow. Yeah. Dude, that's a lot of fucking meat for some animals.
Well, I'm going to talk about like what I think is bullshit, and then I'm going to talk about what I think is real.
Okay.
But like so the wolf thing, I think is out the fucking window. I think it's not uncommon for wolves to be friendly either. You can find tons of videos on YouTube of people like wildlife photographers being approached by wolves, or hunters being approached by wolves, and they pet them like they're fucking domesticated dogs. Yeah. It's not uncommon. It happens.
If they don't feel threatened, they don't have a problem.
Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so let's talk about the floating lights and stuff like that. That's everywhere. You can like. Remember when you told me, was it right after the first episode that we made? You said you seen some weird shit outside?
Oh, yeah.
Did we ever tell that story?
Me and the kids did.
Did we ever tell that story?
Yeah, I think we did. I couldn't
tell you anymore.
But it's like, and you never know what that could be. And you know, and then like, as far as like the dogs dying, as far as like what George Knapp said, as far as all these claims, it's all eyewitness testimony. And if you guys go back and listen to my Enfield episode, I talk about eyewitness testimony. Whether you want to admit it or not, eyewitness testimony is the least reliable source of information that you can get. That's why courthouses, like courts and juries and judges and fucking lawyers, they don't take eyewitness testimony seriously. Because you never know if somebody's lying or telling the truth. And imagine how fucking frustrating that is. Imagine if these people really did see something, but as far as you don't know if they're telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it. Until there's like actual hard evidence, pictures that can be observed and said, well, yeah, this is obviously not a doctored photo, stuff like that. And that's what this all comes to. It's like there's so much testimony, but there's no hard fact. When you look into Skinwalker Ranch, if you try to look up Skinwalker Ranch evidence, Skinwalker Ranch photos, you find nothing. No pictures, nothing. You know what I found when I looked up Skinwalker Ranch evidence and photos? I found pictures of wolves that were normal-sized wolves that people thought were big wolves. Yeah. And they were just full-sized wolves. And I remember looking at them and I was like, yeah, that's a regular wolf. Do people really think they don't get that big?
Fuckers can get as big as they want if they don't.
They get bigger. They get bigger than a full-size German Shepherd. And if
got-
you know what a full-size German Shepherd is like, they're fucking huge. It's
as long as they got constant food, there's no limit.
yeah. 99 pounds for a wolf is humongous.
Yeah, especially like I think I read what you were talking about, how he lost so much of his herd. It also gave statistics on other farmers in the area, and they were huge numbers. I mean, so if you add all that,
So it's a wolf pack. It's a goddamn wolf pack,
So if
and they're
you-
and they have good food source.
So if you add all that up, I mean, whatever's eating this shit's eating pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So and like I said, 95 to 99 pounds for a male wolf.
Yeah.
That's average. So that means that there's outliers.
Yeah.
There's
And
ones that
they-
could be bigger than
and
that.
What's funny is they also talked about cattle mutilation happened there,
Yeah.
but there's no pictures. Now, don't piss on cattle mutilation because
Well, that's what I was gonna. I think that's the true. I think that's the true shit. That's
I seen pictures of cattle mutilations
Yeah.
and shit, and that whole thing is weird. I think there's something to that, but as far as there's where's the pictures? Where's
that's my
documentation?
problem. That's my problem
Yeah.
with it is that if that was true, then
Yeah,
why wasn't pictures
I
taken?
mean, like,
But I believe that
this
actually the
was-
cattle mutilation thing.
Like, this was in the fucking 90s. Like, it's not like it was hard to have a fucking camera. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand. I mean, it wouldn't be a good camera, but where the fuck?
Well, especially if you're going to be a paranormal investigator, these guys were carrying fucking cameras with them everywhere. So I don't understand. Apparently, they tried taking pictures of fucking UFOs. So why couldn't you guys take still pictures of mutilated fucking cows?
And the Shermans, if they didn't have a fucking camera when they got there,
I
definitely would have fucking invested in one after like the first couple
The-
weeks.
the NIDS definitely had fucking they definitely had cameras because like they said on multiple occasions they tried taking pictures of UFOs. So you're telling me they couldn't take any pictures of the cows? However, I do believe that the cow thing happened. Now this is where I'm going to talk about things that I think did happen. I think there were UFO sightings there. I just think that it's not in such a high concentration as they described. I think it might be a paranormal hotspot for like UFOs because it's not just them describing it. Like I said back in the 74, they wrote that book. Apparently through the 50s into the 70s, there were hundreds of UFO sightings there. And that was before Skinwalker Ranch had any notoriety. And it was in the middle of fucking Utah, like this nowhere place in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like listen, I think there's a lot of paranormal activity there, and that what leads me to believe that maybe the cow mutilation thing is real because that's something that is a very common recurrence in paranormal hot zones where there's fucking a lot of UFO sightings. This is cattle mutilation.
Yep.
So I wouldn't doubt it if there really was cattle mutilation, and if there was, wow, Scully, you're retarded, dude.
Dude, don't fucking don't fuck with my cat, dude. She's named after fucking Scully from X-Files.
Is Scully the one that's skeptical?
Stop saying Scully. It's Scully.
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 Actually, she's kind of named after Frank Scully.
Yeah, I was about to say, you already told us the real name.
Whatever. Anyway,
Just making sure.
so those are the two things I think are real. I think it just kind of compiled because George Knapp and all these people got involved. So now every conspiracy theorist wants to jump on it and be like, there's interdimensional portals, there's fucking Bigfoot there, there's fucking Skinwalkers there, there's fucking Predator there.
11 from Stranger Things.
Dude, I even heard Man Bear pigs running around out there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So at the end, so that's what I think. It's like a lot of people want to be like, there's definitely something fucking going on there. Now, and I'll add on one thing I also think is true. I think that because Bigelow was contracted with the government, and since they had it so heavily cordoned off, why was it so heavily cordoned off? I get that they were trying to do research and they didn't want people to fuck around with shit.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at the same time, I don't understand why it was such a big deal to cordon it off.
I saw a story
because they had pretty much a private military there.
Yeah, I saw a story that it was actually a fucking battleground where they were battling aliens. I'm sorry, dude. That's what I seen.
Yeah, that's the most retarded thing.
But that's what I fucking seen, dude.
I'm not saying it's your opinion. I'm just saying it's retarded.
I don't know about that.
I instantly just had like flashes of like a horrible B movie on the sci-fi network.
I forget what they compared it to.
I'm thinking Cowboys versus Aliens.
That's what they compared it to. No, that's what they compared it to. The guy said it was like a scene from Cowboys versus Aliens. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking fuck this? I'm gonna listen to shit about pedos, and I fucking stopped listening to it.
That's fucking stupid. I think that they may have known something. I think that there's probably some fucking paranormal activity going on there.
Okay.
And I think like the floating lights. I might compare that to maybe ghost activity, maybe possibly, because like if you look at like if you hear stories about like the suicide forest in Japan, and you hear like a lot of like paranormal ghost like forest areas, apparently there's a lot of like floating orbs, stuff like that. So and it's a very similar thing, but that could just again be people trying to project their own conspiracies into something. And but what I think is real is definitely, I think something weird goes on there. I think Robert Bigelow wanted to do some legitimate research, had it cordoned off, and had maybe even government contracted people, researchers, something like that. They're researching, doing legitimate research. Whether they found anything, I have no fucking clue. But I personally think, some weird things happen there. And like I said, rumors are steeped in a certain amount of truth. That means that locals and people for ages there have been seeing weird shit. Yeah. And the Navajo that were living there had seen weird shit. So that it's to a degree definitely something going on there, in my opinion. Whether it's as bad as people think it is, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah. I think it's like maybe 1/3 of what they think it is. It's definitely a weird hot spot, but I don't think it's like there's fucking Bigfoot there, there's fucking ghosts there, there's fucking skinwalkers there, my stepmother's there.
Wow. All right.
Interdimensional portal to fucking IKEA's there. I always go through there, I pick up some Swedish meatballs, I come back. Have you ever been in an IKEA?
Yeah.
They have fucking Swedish meatballs there. Why the fuck would you buy Swedish meatballs from a furniture store? That's like buying fucking.
That's like buying pussy from a guy. No?
Yeah, I guess in a way. Anyway, it's time to talk about our sponsor, Fleshlight.com. Nah, but that's everything about Skinwalker as far as I can talk.
Wondering, Jimmy still has Fleshlight.com up on his laptop.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about some of these fleshlights. I have some weird ones here. We can talk about that for a couple minutes.
Wow.
But yeah, that's everything about Skinwalker though. Skinwalker Ranch. There's not much. If you go and try and do some research on your own, you're gonna find that you hit a hard stop, pretty quickly too. Oh. You get like it's like getting cock blocked. It's like getting teased by a female. Wow. It's like if she were to show you her boobs and then like rub her butt on you, and then being like, you can't fuck me.
Dude,
bye.
Listen. Just because they show you their boobs, that doesn't mean you're entitled.
Wow. But I'm just putting it in comparison.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like if you were to get teased and then like think like, damn, I guess I'm about to have sex, and then she's like, nah, I think I'm that kind of lady, and then they walk away.
Do you want to hear my opinion?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to you.
Oh yeah.
Order.
Go ahead. What do you think?
Let's go.
It's gonna be a meme, isn't it?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
My opinion. Is that something is there.
Yeah.
My opinion is going to be short and sweet.
Go ahead.
My opinion is something is there. All the stories you hear are blown out of proportion. I believe the government has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
And I don't like any of the players involved, which complicates the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
Because George Knapp's involved.
Yeah,
I mean, I like George Knapp too.
I don't mind George Knapp, but the problem is look what he's involved with. Of course, he wants it to be true.
Exactly.
It's marketable if it was true. It sells books.
Bigelow's involved.
Yeah.
Bigelow is a weird character.
I don't know anything about him.
He's a very shady character, very real character. Tell me, the thing that about him is, how did he go from like a real estate investor, basically that's what he was, a real estate investor, to being subcontracted by the United States government for space shit? How does that work?
I don't know.
And then the Bigelow and the Knapp, they both lead into, like you said before, Harry Reid. Yeah. Harry Reid leads into a bunch of these guys that came out for the Tom DeLonge thing. Mm-hmm. the whole thing is funny to me. And as far as the land, I think there might be something there with the land that's an importance to our government. Not necessarily.
It's a fucking oil field, isn't it?
Not necessarily
You
paranormal.
laugh, but I don't
Didn't
know.
you ever watch Scooby-Doo? This shit happens all the time.
I'm thinking back on the alien
Yeah.
alien movie of
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
The Shermans mentioned here saying that they thought they heard like machines working underground there.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that's one thing. If I want to get a little bit crazy here, I'd even go as far as to speculate it's something similar to what's that one mountain, that one supposed secret mountain where they apparently have an underground like base with lizard people in it.
Dulce.
Yeah, that's Dulce. Yeah,
New Mexico.
It could be. There's a lot of mountains around there. It's speculated that maybe they're operating underground there. Never fucking know.
Yeah.
I wonder if any missing 411 stuff is related to anywhere in the area there. That would be weird. That would be a weird line to draw. Maybe I'll look into that later. But as far as I'm concerned now, it's just, yeah, it's blown out of proportion. I also think that the government's involved there. That's why Bigelow's involved. He's government contracted, and I think he had the area cordoned off by a private military to have it researched for whatever fucking reason. All I know is that he supposedly came back with nothing. And what the if there was nothing there, I'd like to think that they would have gotten done with it years earlier. Instead, they had to spend over a decade researching there, right?
I thought it was 8 years, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, he got rid of it in 2016, so he sold it to Adamantium, and then, but then when did he start? When did he buy the ranch?
I don't know.
I know it wasn't in the 90s. It was sometime in the 2000s. I don't remember the exact date. Either way, is that the point being that he spent a lot of time and probably a lot of money researching there. I'd like to assume if nothing was happening there as he's described, if nothing happened there, they would have left a lot sooner. So, because they probably spent a lot of money on researching. You know, those guys don't fucking operate for free. So, that's my opinion. They probably found some weird shit. Probably not nearly as bad as conspiracy theorists think.
Yeah.
But they just aren't willing to tell the public.
See, the whole thing with me is I love a good conspiracy, love a good ghost story, love a good everything. But the fact that the government, because any way you slice it here, with Bigelow's involvement, that means the government is involved.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about the government.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
I tell you what I learned.
What?
I learned. I had to look it up quick to get the fucking year. But in April 5th, 1933, Executive Order 6102. It was a United States presidential executive order signed by Franklin Delano Roosevelt forbidding the hoarding of gold coin, gold bullion, and gold certificates within the continental United States. The government seized everyone's gold.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. That's what our government does.
That's fucked up. I don't like that.
Yeah. I never knew that.
That's funny because you can invest in gold, but you can't own it.
I never knew that was a thing.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, we
taking
can move
your
on.
property.
Yeah. But
well,
that's just how I feel about the government.
Well, that's everything about that's everything about Skinwalker Ranch. Like I said, I think Bigelow. I don't think the government was strictly operating there. I think Bigelow had researchers contracted there, and I think that they found something.
Yeah.
And because they stayed there for a while. If there was nothing there after a couple of years, they would
8 years.
Yeah. If there was nothing there, they would have dipped earlier.
8 years.
Because they have to pay those people.
Yeah.
And the scientists aren't cheap.
Yeah.
And the paramilitary is not cheap.
Yeah. So something was. And
there was something to keep them there.
That's the way I feel. Something was or is there because 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's little green men living under the fucking ground.
No.
But something was going on there.
Don't know what, but something.
Hell, for all we know, these exotic stories here could have been drummed up to try to keep people away. Like I said, like an episode of Scooby-Doo.
Maybe.
you know?
Well, which is it's exactly that. Isn't that what happened in the movie with the aliens?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well,
and then the Indian girl ended up being like a crystal, like a really sexy crystal alien, and it made my little pee hard.
I'm into the more old school Scooby-Doos.
Yeah.
But with my kids, I had to get into the newer Scooby-Doos.
Well, those weren't newers. Those movies were really good. Did you watch the witch one with the Hex Girls?
Yeah, the Hex Girls.
It's the Hex Girls.
They were
gonna sit on your face.
They were hot.
And I'm gonna fucking squirt on you.
I don't remember the song being
I
like
do.
that. Holy shit.
Yeah, I had a crush on the
Girls.
lead singer of the Hex Girls, and I wanted her to be my girlfriend.
And Zombie Island. Remember Zombie Island?
I do.
Yeah, no. It was the cyber one. The fuck was the cyber one?
I don't
Like
remember.
they got sucked into a video game?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
I don't remember that one.
Yep.
I don't.
What the fuck was it called?
Yeah. The Hex Girls.
I cannot believe all three of us just fucking like rocked out to the Hex Girls.
The fucking Hex Girls.
Whatever, dude. They were hot.
Yeah, they
Weren't
were.
they? Wasn't that episode based in Penn? No, it was in Salem. It was in Salem.
that was Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Salem.
I remember being like, that's nearby
Scooby-Doo
where
and
I
Cyber
live.
Chase.
Yeah, Cyber Chase. That's it.
Well,
How the fuck are we talking about Scooby-Doo, dude?
Well, whatever. Let's take this moment to talk about our sponsor, Fleshlight.com. Here at Fleshlight.com, you can get the tightest and most sexiest fleshlights for your penis. If you wanted to come hard and come right now, come to Fleshlight.com. Your order can come in as little as a week. And if they don't have it in stock, you can sign up for an email. And they'll email you as soon as their new fleshlights are in stock. Just like me. I have my email ready for when the Freaks Predator fleshlight is available, and as soon as it's available, I'm gonna order it.
Did you fucking just make that up?
Yeah, I did.
That was nice.
That was not good. That was me improvising. But anyway, let's talk about fleshlights real quick because they have a couple packs down here. You can get the Warming Dead pack, which is here. It's let me tell you what this pack includes. This pack is the Warming Dead pack. It's got a zombie mouth, and you got a zombie pussy. If you've been looking to fulfill the ultimate zombie fantasy, well, guess what? We somehow came up with a combo pack to satisfy this extremely strange fantasy. Bring your zombie fleshlight collection to life without needing a virus epidemic to take out most of our civilization. This pack includes everything you need to revive, renew, and restore your decaying toys and ensuring a lifetime of fun.
Dude. What dude looks at that and goes, man, I want to stick my dick in that?
Me?
Dude, just got a regular one. Why do you need a fucking green one with teeth?
I don't know, because I want to fuck a zombie. You got a problem with that?
Yo,
No, I
Fleshlight
guess
owes
not.
us some fucking money.
Yeah, these combo packs cost like $140. Just take some sponges and put a fucking glove around them.
Just take a piece of veal and put it in the microwave for like 50 seconds.
All right, well we got the Alien versus
Fuck a pie.
Here's a Alien versus Predator pack. You got an alien pussy and a predator pussy. No, we are not talking about your two ex-girlfriends going at it. Well, we could be if you really, really want. This combo pack features the ultimate sexual battle between two star-crossed lovers or planet-crossed lovers. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. What is important, though, is that you determine who is the ultimate winner in this lust-filled interstellar fantasy that is yours to choose.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, whoever's writing these descriptions is shit poster, dude. Hold on, let's look at some other things. We have there's a Dracula pussy. There's a Don't Mount the Reaper. Here, let's read this one.
Fuck is that? What's going on with the Reaper's pussy? It's
Actually,
like,
I would totally fear the Reaper. That orifice is terrifying, but I'm still curious, really curious. What would that feel like? Reap what you sow. No cowbell included. Wow. Here's what it looks like on the inside.
I'll bet you
Yeah,
can see
I'd
it.
probably go about that deep before I had to stop. All right, let's look at some more. I think we got some more things here. Wow, they have a cyborg pussy. Wow.
That looks like it would rip your dick off.
Wow. Let's go ahead and read this.
Like, it's
Get turned on by a bionic experience with the #1 selling product in artificial intercourse. Made with Fleshlight signature real feel super skin is stunning detail. Now you can have an experience of enhanced abilities. Okay. That's what it looks like on the inside. That one looks tight. Ouch.
Christ, that looks like...
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to hurt myself. So we got some upgrades. We got the flesh pump. You know, let's go to the homepage. What they got going on the homepage? Why? That's a girl's legs. Why is she holding the fleshlight between her legs? Just fuck the girl. What is this?
It's fucking turbo.
Okay. What the fuck is this?
Dude, that literally...
Oh my god!
That literally looks like it should be on a car. Like, that's a turbo on a fucking car.
I think it is. I think that's what it's based on. It's got everything you need. It's got lips, it's got throat and tongue.
By the way, Fleshlight, we are not bashing on you right now. We totally want the sponsor.
Here, they have a couple butthole. Dude, you know what, Fleshlight? If you want,
they have a couple buttholes.
Fleshlight, if you want to fucking sponsor us, dude, I will fucking talk about Fleshlights for half an hour if you guys want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you already have.
This shit is fucking funny. Let's look at our bestsellers here. Wow, the normal one is the bestseller. The stamina training unit. What's the stamina training part? I just wank off regardless, you know? This episode's kind of hot and risque.
What the fuck are we talking about, dude?
I'm sorry, Fleshlight guys? The golden couple pack. Why would you need both? Okay, whatever. Let's get some Fleshlight girls.
I don't think I like this.
You're gonna shut up and listen.
Okay.
Here we got Janice Griffith. We got Riley Reed, Stoya, Dylan Harper, Jenna Hayes, Lisa Ann, Madison Ivy, Lena Rhodes, Asa Akira. I didn't know the inside of Asa Akira looked like that. Looks like a dragon? Okay. Interesting. It's a whole 9 inches deep. I guess I'm only going 2 inches. She's a Capricorn. That's very important. This gives you her statistics.
It's got her stats.
You're only getting the pussy part, but here, just in case you want to know, her birthday was January 23rd. Her zodiac sign is Capricorn. Because you never, if you're like an Aquarius like me, like a Capricorn and Aquarius really don't mix. So you really don't want to get a fleshlight like this if you're an Aquarius. You're gonna get bad vibes, and that's when you're gonna want to get your amethyst crystal and detox. So her height is 5.5 feet. She's 105 pounds. Eye color brown, very important for the fleshlight. Her eye color, and her bra size is 32C. Just in case you want to get the tits pack. Hold on. What was her name? Who ran with what's his face? The fuck face in the Senate that we don't like.
Which one?
The one that's bald and dying.
Which one?
Oh,
McCain. Who ran with John McCain? Who's the chick?
Palin.
Oh yeah, Sarah Palin Fleshlight.
I figured it would be Lisa Ann because I know she played her in a bunch of videos.
Flesh Assist. They're don't worry. They're compiling all the necessary fleshlights I need for my personal experience. Oh, here's some more statistics about Lisa Ann, just in case. Oh, she's from Easton. Look at that.
Wow, she's from Easton, Pennsylvania.
Congratulations, Easton.
Wow.
You guys got a superstar.
All
right. So, let's see. What's her fucking dude? What the fuck? What's her fucking horoscope, dude? I can't. I need to be careful. I'm an Aquarius. I can't be sticking my wiener in the wrong fucking. You should
have stayed on the official Fleshlight website.
God, you're fucking right about that. Just in case you wanted to go savage, you can get a butthole. You can get the forbidden, which is like somewhere between a pussy and an asshole. There's a mouth.
Dude, that mouth looks fucking terrifying. Like,
What if that? Yo, imagine if you ordered that and it started talking to you. It was like, "Help me."
what the fuck did this episode become in the last 20 minutes?
All right, guys. I guess that's everything. I mean, what are you doing? Are you okay?
I can really hear that fan.
Yeah, it's gonna come up through the recording, bro. This will be better in the winter when it's cold as fuck down here. We're gonna need to wear
I can't
blankets.
wait. We'll be able to see our breaths and shit. Because I probably won't be able to afford heat this year because we have no Patreon.
That's okay. I'll bring my own fucking blanket.
Yeah.
Just open the fucking garage door and start a fire.
That's a good idea.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, guys, I guess that's everything. We talked about fleshlights for a while here, you know. Got more information about fleshlights than we did Skinwalker Ranch. So. Yeah, I got to know that Asa Akira is a fucking Capricorn, so, you know. Go ahead.
Next week.
You want to close it up?
Well, I'm just saying next week.
Okay.
I haven't decided.
Is Capricorn
Oh, my God.
compatible with Aquarius? Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, anyway, what's your topic?
Compatibility and sex. There we go.
What is your fucking topic for next week?
I don't know. My problem is I
You should
have.
get Tony on this shit. He said he had some.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe our free episode, we could just bring him in for a little bit.
Okay.
And do the rundown. He has had his investigating hat on. He's been picking apart the Natalie Wood death.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I don't know what the fuck if he's right. I don't know if his theories are good. All I know is everything he says about it, I'm convinced.
Side note here, this site really hit the nail on the head. I never knew this about myself, so thank you, website, for really clarifying it, because horoscopes are real. Intellectual stimulation is by far the biggest aphrodisiac for Aquarius. I feel that. Girls with big swollen brains make me horny. There's nothing to attract an Aquarius compared to an interesting conversation. Imagine having a good conversation with someone and you're like, I'm fucking hard right now. I really like how you talk about politics. My wiener is so fucking hard right now. Like, we need to fuck right now, dude.
Keep talking.
Oh Jesus Christ.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I got so many things that I wanted. Yeah, so maybe on our free episode, we bring Tony in for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because he could wrap it up in 30 minutes and he'll convince you who fucking killed her. I mean, that's how good he is.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, he may not know what he's talking about, but he sounds like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, but speaking of Christopher Walken, how bad do you think his wiener is?
I don't know.
If you were to take a guess.
I'd say he's probably good for.
Yeah,
Christopher Walken. Wait, we talking Christopher Walken? He's pretty old now, and I think it shrinks up as you get older. So in his prime,
you should know, right?
Yeah, it's almost like that shrinks up, and whatever meat you had in your dick goes right to your balls, and it's like literally your balls
get huge.
This is the
dude.
most
Listen,
fucked up
listen.
episode.
You sit down on the toilet. Every year I sit on the toilet, my balls get fucking 1 inch closer to the water.
Dude,
it's like,
I wonder what's going to happen to
fuck?
me. I'm sorry to get into the details here, but almost every time, if it's summertime, if it's midsummer, it's humid out, and
Dude,
I'm
they're
sitting down on the
dragging.
toilet. Dude, my balls have touched the water in the public bathroom at White's.
Oh my god!
Dude, and let me tell you, I listen. I don't want to go into much detail, but let me just say, I have to drag those motherfuckers up with my hands.
Jesus Christ, dude!
I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Okay, let's stop talking about genitals.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We did that. Okay. So, I wanted to do. I wanted to do like. I didn't want to do a Stanley Kubrick episode. Per se, that's James's word. Per se.
Whatever.
I wanted to do an Eyes Wide Shut episode because I think it ties into shit relevant like Nexium and all the pedogate stuff.
Yeah. Too bad I only watched about like 20% of that movie because it put me to sleep.
It's okay because you can just fucking listen to the cliff notes and it fucking get you right through it.
Okay.
But there's also the big news of the Q finally making the mainstream. There's a bunch of really stories out there right now we could dive into. So I don't know. Right now I'm thinking the Eyes Wide Shut Stanley Cooper thing, but I want to give it a couple days here through the week. I'll make my final decision like
last second, probably.
No,
I'm
you
kidding.
know me. I usually pick during half.
Whereas I pick last second.
Yeah, you pick last second. I usually try to get a topic in by Wednesday. Yeah. So I'll probably make my final decision Wednesday. We'll see what happens in the news this week. I think the Q thing, I want to see where that goes. I think the Q thing's a big deal. And I don't know.
Here, can we before we close out this episode, can we do a Joe Rogan skit?
What do you mean?
Where I'll be Joe Rogan and
Okay.
you be the guest and you be Jamie.
Okay.
Okay? And just go along with me here.
Okay.
I have to put the mic away from me, like it's not
Okay.
there first. And he's like, yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Let me tell you, dude, those apes, those chimpanzees, they'll rip your fucking face off, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, Jamie. Jamie,
Yeah.
can you pull up a video of one of those apes, man? Pull up a video of those apes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I those apes, their fucking arms are huge, man. They'll rip your face right off. You steal one of their fucking mangoes or something, they'll fucking rip your dick off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was taking DMT in the forest one time, and I was high off my balls, and I was bow hunting, and I saw an ape, and I creamed my pants.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew a guy.
Yeah.
He shot a bow one time.
Yeah, yeah. So Jamie, how's that?
Did
Pull up that video of the ape, man. The video of that ape, the one that we watched yesterday.
Yeah, that one.
So what do the apes actually do? Like,
They fucking kill people. They rip their.
I didn't know that.
Just pull one up of a fucking ape.
I didn't know
I'm
that.
looking for one of,
I knew a girl who knew this girl who had this brother whose
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah.
He talked about apes a lot.
Now you see, when you take DMT, I heard that you see other like a whole new dimension, man. One time I was taking DMT out in the forest bow hunting, and I swear to God, I became an ape for about 2 seconds. I felt it. Became an ape.
Yeah, I believe it.
watching an ad. Hold on.
I believe it.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I sucked Joey Diaz's dick one time.
Yeah, why don't you be Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, why are you always talking about these fucking apes over here? Joe Rogan.
Shut the fuck up.
Now, come on. Joe Rogan's.
Joe Rogan.
You know me. I know you, Joe Rogan's.
I did a fucking 8-ball off a cucker's ass. Oh.
I did an 8-ball off a fucking ape's ass one time.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, that's the best I got.
That's fucking...
Jesus Christ.
That
thing would rip your fucking face right off.
Wow.
Wow.
Fucking tell him, Joe Rogan's. Joe Rogan's, you're making all of us fucking
Jesus
money.
Christ.
You're making all of us money, Joe Rogan's.
Yeah. So anyway, my chickens have been getting hunted by wolves lately.
I remember one time I fucked a chicken, Joe Rogan's. I was so fucked up on coke. I fucking popped 2 horse fucking tranquilizers. Some bitch was fucking me in the ass with a fucking broom, and I did a fucking huge fucking rail right off this monkey's fucking tits.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, man, that really makes you think, you know. That really
Fuck
makes
Alex Jones, Joe Rogan.
Stay black.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, so next episode, I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know me, I'm into the sex. I'm a perv, I guess. I don't know.
What?
No,
What
I
does
don't
that
know.
have to- What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Why didn't you jump in on that when we were talking about fleshlights?
Because
You don't want to fuck the zombie mouth?
I don't know. John Podesta's a pedophile.
Remember that,
So
everyone.
is James Gunn.
Yeah. So is that guy who makes the Rick and Morty show.
James Gunn. Tony was telling me he got in an argument with someone he won because he got in an argument with someone on Instagram about the James Gunn thing. Yo, that dude fucking deleted his comments and bailed. Tony's like, yeah, I was thinking about, commenting back to him even after he deleted all the stuff. I'm like, no, dude, you won. I'm like, you're a conservative. You don't do that. You won. You walk away with your head held high.
That reminds me of that.
Don't fucking argue.
That reminds me of that lady that tried commenting when you were messing with Tom Arnold, and then I fucking replied, and she deleted her fucking comments and blocked me.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you took care of her.
I take care of everybody.
All right, man, I'm about done.
All right, let's talk about the social media real quick. Gotta get it out of the way, and then we're gonna dip the fuck out. You guys don't have to listen to this anymore. See, I have a little folder here called Porn LOL. Those are the sexy pictures I like to hold on to. Just in case you guys want to know a little bit more about me, you know what I mean? Okay. So here's the Twitter. @ Drinking a Theory. No spaces, nothing, no like underscores. It's just @ Drinking a Theory, just straight up. My Twitter is @ Jimmy Bones My Guy. If you can't spell that, you're retarded. Our Instagram, we have an Instagram. It's drink_and_a_theory_podcast. If
you can just search Drinking a Theory podcast and you'll find it.
You
don't have to search.
Dude, dude.
If you look up Drinking a Theory, it'll just come up.
Just Google it, man.
You can just Google us now, man.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, if you Google us, you'll find us on
We're
SoundCloud.
big time, but the money is flying in, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was able to buy a gumball out of the gumball machine. Anyway,
I'm still waiting for a fucking Barstool to show up in the mail.
A couple more years, you'll be able to afford that Fleshlight you always wanted, James.
Yeah. So, yo, Scully, leave my fucking feet alone, you fucking retard. Yo, she's like licking my feet.
She's licking his toes.
Why is she licking my feet?
Licking his toes.
Stop it. Stop.
Don't yell at my cat.
All right. So, you can check. It tickled. What do you want me to say? Want her to let her suck my toes?
Dude,
this episode is very explicit.
That fucking cat, I've seen her at her angriest. So I let her do whatever she wants. Because she'll fucking kill me in my sleep if I don't.
Well, okay. I don't know what you guys are listening to us on. You could be listening to us on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, or wherever. I forgot to fix that episode, by the way. I forgot. I'll do it now after we're done because you forgot to enable the RSS feed.
Yeah, dude. That fucking thing, our pedisode.
It didn't upload to SoundCloud or Stitcher.
It didn't upload
to iTunes or Stitcher because he forgot to.
And I think that's why the numbers were so fucking low
Yeah,
on it.
it is why.
Because we bang a lot out on Stitcher.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know what you guys are listening to us on, but, you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher. We have a Facebook page. It's Drinking a Theory, just like anything else. So you'll definitely be able to find it. Yeah, we have a YouTube, too. I always forget to talk about it. But, yeah, since it's getting some circulation out, we're on YouTube at Drinking a Theory. You should be able to find it. You'll recognize it.
Yeah, and don't forget to hit the little... This is what they all say. Ready? And don't forget to hit the little red...
No, you have to press subscribe and then press the bell button to get notifications from us every time we upload because we never do. So
and send nudes.
Yeah, any females out there, please help.
No, I want to see some dick too. Send some nudes.
No, don't do that. Because I swear to God, if I check the DMs and I got a fucking dick in the DMs, dude, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. We got our first dick pic, dude. We're there.
No, we're not.
Made it.
That's going down. That's not going up.
You know you made it when you get your first dick pic.
Maybe if you're a fucking female podcast. Whatever. That's everything, guys. This was Drinking a Theory. My name was motherfucking Jamie Bones, the most badass motherfucker on the East Coast. We got Jake Wild Boy Marsh.
What'd you call me?
Wild Boy Marsh. Out here.
Wild Boy? I'm like fucking 90 years old.
Dude, that's what they called you.
Blue, you're my boy. I'm like Blue.
We got Mark. I'm sorry, not Mark. Mike. I'm sorry.
We got Mark Fink.
No, we got Mike. because I was trying to think of the middle title while I was saying your name, and it kind of fucked up at the same time. So anyway, Mike, the meat grinder.
Fuck.
The fucking meat grinder.
Alright, cool.
Alternatively, my other name is Jimmy the Fleshlight Connoisseur Haldeman. Alright, guys, that's everything.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later. We outie. I gotta go home and jerk off.
Alright.
See ya.